Here we go, guys. So, this is the group of death. At least that's what everyone's been calling it. I think there's arguments that maybe Group A or Group D is the group of death. Maybe Group C is the group of death. But Group B, when everyone saw the group, they saw those 4 names at the top there and said, holy crap, how is one of those players not going to end up making it to playoffs? Well, we've got Yo. And Yo is playing as the Vietnamese, and he's 4th place in the group right now. He only has 3 wins. And right ahead of him is Vinchester. The 1st place in the group is Hera. That is likely to stay the case if Hera stays as consistent as he is. And then 2nd and 3rd place positions will be where Vinchester and Yo want to end up for the playoffs. I see it, Alejandro. Thank you. So he's been looking at your casting for ages. Finally, I'm able to watch live stream. Thank you so much, Alejandro. Also sent the message with a donation as well. Alejandro, you're a beast, man. Thank you. I'm going to keep the colors that the players ended up choosing here. So we'll have Vinchester in the red and we'll have Yo in the blue. Yo has gone for the Vietnamese. And we've seen such a big variety in approaches on this map. I think taking the middle hunts, players like Dragon Stars have loved to do that. But others have decided that that's too risky. And so there are some deer out there. Mr. Yo's found one of them. And I think Vinchester's about to find the other one. So there's maybe 6 or 7 around if you really search for it. But no surprise to me. The higher the level gets, the closer the level gets. And also people just are very risk averse. Vinchester and Yo both probably just going to take their time here. It's a fairly open map. You could definitely see how players could wall, though, at least for Mr. Yo. With this wood line being on the front, could probably wall. And being the Vietnamese, having the superior economy with the cheaper eco upgrades, makes sense to wall, right? So, you'd be hard-pressed. If you were to watch Mr. Yo in a tournament, go back and watch his tournament sets, you could almost always predict that he's going to go scouts. I'm thinking through games where he didn't go scouts, and it's always map-dependent. I remember a Socotra tournament where he went skirms every game, but that was just the meta for that tournament. I remember some Regicide games or some Arena games where obviously he can't just go scouts every time, but for a map like this, Mr. Yo loves to go scouts and adapt. Typically loves to play through stable units, or really any cav, cav archers even. But I guess like Vinchester's choice here, it's either super aggressive and he goes for the forward archer ranges, which could be heavy spear and skirm, but based on how he's walling, he might just want this to be a really long game. He's got the gold in the back, stone in the back, a neutral gold even in the back. Byzantines become quite strong in the Imperial Age here. I'm not in love with the pick unless Vinchester rather has like a really defensive play style and plays towards the Imperial Age. Guys, here's just a tip, okay? I'm going to give you some advice for anyone who would like to self-promote either their own channel or their friends in any Twitch channel, okay? Here's the thing. If you just show up in a channel you're never active in, you never interact in, you haven't followed, you know, you're not part of the community, and you just randomly drop a link, which is probably not even for Age of Empires, which in this community is going to do nothing. You're just, the mods aren't going to like that very much. And then no one's going to want to click it because you're not part of the community. At least show up and say some nice things about the stream or like respond to somebody in the chat. Like at least participate and then you can try and self-promote or promote your buddy's channel. I wouldn't advise just dropping up first-time message, just dropping a random Twitch link. The only person that might check that out is my mod after they time you out, so. Yeah, like, you know, give some subs, say some things. Be like, hey, T90, big fan of the channel. I always think about your channel when I play games myself on my stream. Wink, wink. Right? just casually mention it, right? What a weird opening, though, from Vinchester. Some games on this map, we see YOLO infantry and non-stop army, and then in this game, we just got full walls from Vinch, and Vinch is taking his time. Tone, thank you for the gifted sub. Is that because you want to sell out now? Is that why? Or is that just to show love? Thank you. He says, hey, T90, love your channel. Hey, thank you. Is this where we spend the, is this now the time for everyone to advertise, whatever? Okay, now everyone's doing it. Okay, yeah, but now this is just uncreative timing. If everybody that does it at the same time, it just feels like a joke. T90, I always watch your channel before falling asleep. Wink, wink. Oh my god. Mods. Get him out. Seriously, though. How many people here have fallen asleep to one of my videos or streams within the last month? Within the last 30 days? Not ever, but like within the last 30 days. Be real. Well, that's embarrassing. Really? That many? Well, it's Vinchester's fault. What is this, Vinchester? Give me some of the militia action again from the game earlier. What is this? It's Vinch's fault. This is not my fault. Vinchester just walled up. He stayed inside his walls until he was in feudal. He's taking it safe here. And Mr. Yo is hoping for some military aggression, and he will find out that is not going to be the case. What's embarrassing about having a soothing voice? Well, it's not embarrassing to have a voice that people like, but it's like, it does take effort and energy, and I try and be very interesting, right? So, my goal is that people never want to stop listening, and then people fall asleep. So, I don't want to be a sleeping pill replacement. I want to be like a television show replacement or entertainment replacement. But no, I get it. I appreciate. I guess it's kind of in its weird way a compliment. Vinchester just playing really adaptive here. And Yo will bring some army forward. But it's an uncomfortable feeling. Much like it's an uncomfortable feeling to fall asleep when one of my videos or streams isn't on. It's also really uncomfortable for Yo to know what to do here. Because you want your army to pay for itself. You want it to do something. But kind of tough to do that when your opponent's fully walled in the Byzantines. And Vinchester snipes a skirmisher there. He actually didn't even have loom this whole game. This explains why he wanted to play Byzantines. He'll drop an archery range behind. And he'll make a couple skirms of his own. And yeah, obviously, he'll make enough skirmishers to match Yo. I think the only thing Yo can do is attack the farms. The skirms don't kill villagers very quickly. But if you can attack the farms, then at least the farmers don't work. So yeah. He'll do that. Then the farmers will freeze up. You actually don't want to attack the farmer. Because if you attack the farmer, then... Wait. Did this change? It kind of looked like the farmers could farm while the farm was being attacked. They changed it? Is that in the patch notes? They changed it. Really? Well, as a high-level player, I actually think that was good because we could see more we'll see more defense now where people will just wall up and not make army now. But, like, that was... At least there was some value in having some army in these situations. But, okay. Interesting. So it does look like they changed it. So now attacking the farm doesn't actually make a difference. And I'm not sure Yo knows that they changed it either because he continues to attack the farm. I don't blame him because I read the patch notes and made a video on it and I still didn't remember that, so... Yeah, it's just... I mean, it's another change that makes defense very strong. They also did the same with a couple other things. But okay. I mean, you give a high-level player an opportunity. See, now I'm confused. See, now it's bugging again. Now the villagers doing what they did before the patch. So what is it? Did they fix it or is it did they not fixing it? Either way, you know, Mr. Yo is at least happy to see some army here from Vinchester. And the skirm war continues. The scout did go down for Vinchester though. Which felt a little unnecessary. I'm not sure exactly why he was out and about. Mr. Yo will force his hand with some army. Mr. Yo also has both of his eco techs. Mr. Yo will wall, and Mr. Yo has played a great game here. You know what it is? It's probably some weird thing where it's where the farmer is standing. It seemed to me like both times the villager got kind of froze up by that. The villager was walking in the middle of the farm when it got hit. So yeah, now you have decisions to make if you're Vinch. Your opponents played skirm as well. You're kind of okay with a skirm war because you're Byzantines and the skirms are cheap. But maybe you could switch into a stable here and add a couple knights. I really don't think that'll be the case. And T90 autos in chat, please. Because Yo is auto-scouting. At least I assume it's auto-scouting. Mr. Yo auto-scouts more than any other high-level player. It's crazy. Last time I pulled up the stats for his games, he was at like 49% of his games he would auto-scout. And I feel like every time I'm casting mid tournaments, it's happening. So, yeah, it's probably auto-scout. The way it's moved around a little bit feels like it. Yep. And just like my Zero Elo uncle does, auto-scouting the map. Skirmore. But this should tell you, I know that Skirmore isn't really that exciting, but the moment's exciting, right? The group is really close, and they just both know how difficult it is to kill the other player, so they take no risks. They don't try anything super aggressive. They don't take any of the hunts in the middle because it's just not worth it. It is crazy, the variance we've seen, though. And it's just because of the play styles. King of Kings is right. The fact that we've had full wall skirm games, and then we've had full man-at-arm, double archer range, double barracks games in the same tournament. I do think that it's just the high-risk, high-reward approach with the middle. And no one wants to do it here. A troll says Hera would take the hunt in the middle, wouldn't he? I don't think so. I think if Hera could push a deer or two, it depends who he's up against. I think if Hera could push a deer or two, he's shown that he will not want to take those risks because he feels like no one can stop him. If anything, you know, it would depend on his opponent, but I think everyone should, considering the style they want to play. But this is just Vinch's second TC, third TC, stable behind. He saw the scout there from Yo. That's a new scout. So he knows that Yo's scouting the map. Yo feels like he needs to do something. He'll go for Elite Skirm. Vinch didn't even click Elite Skirm yet. This is so defensive. And, I don't know if this is a troll now, but somebody says, and it's been held by Automod. They were like, hey, I really like your content. I followed you. Please follow me back. Sorry, I was just trolling. Usually it's bots. When a random channel shows up and it's just a random Twitch link to some other channel, it's just bots. Oh my god, Vinch has found this. That would be unreal if Vinchester could deny it. Mr. Yo is found, but at least completes the Siege Workshop. But alright, Villager gets sniped. I mean, that's just key for Vinchester to know what's coming. Good game sense. You can't sit here with no map control. I think he saw the foundation with the Byzantine vision. And now it's all, how can Vinchester defend? The players will do this, right? Like, if they feel as though, as we have more gifted subs on YouTube right now, what is happening, man? What is happening? Thank you, YouTube. If you just feel like you're the better player, or maybe you feel like you're the better player if there's not a lot of multitasking involved, sometimes you'll just see players sit back and say, come and kill me, bro. And it can set the tone for a series as well, right? Because you're proving to yourself and your opponent that you can get away with it. I don't think this is ideal Age of Empires from Vinchester. I don't think that giving Yo full map control to get relics and allowing Yo to pressure you like this is necessarily wise. But if any Civ could end this game before the relics pay off and before the other bonuses of the Vietnamese kick in, it would probably be the Byzantines. Camo with no upgrades moves out again. Going for the repair villager, actually. Vinchester split micros. Still doesn't have Elite Skirm, by the way, which he might need now because there's Cav Archers here, and oh, God! And that's why you don't do it. That could have gone two ways. That could have been perfect micro. Twitch chat and YouTube chat is freaking out and everyone's applauding him. And now, you know, the other way is what it is now, and you're just like, bro, where's the upgrades? Where's the army? Vinchester, you're more aggressive than this. Vinchester, you can be better than this. I know the skirms are cheap, but still, that was just wasteful for Vinchester, and now he's got only mangonels to work with defensively. This is interesting. I'm not sure. What do we think about this? Yo, who will be very busy microing, so he maybe needs the food instead of farms. He's dropping a TC in the middle. Now, here's the thing about this town center. If Vinch ever retakes this area where you're pushing, he then smashes your TC and all your economy there. So I like the idea of town centering the food. I don't like it in that position. I would prefer it over here, out of the way. That way, if you lose grounds, your villagers aren't immediately exposed. But Mr. Yo is probably thinking like, all right, I just don't lose the middle then. But you see what I mean. That's where I start to get a little bit worried now, because Byzantines can defend. Byzantines will probably get to a castle. I mean, this is Vinchester. Vinchester's got perfect upgrades. He's on 4 TCs. There will be a lot of villagers here potentially for Mr. Yo. But yes, all depends on how actively he can fight on the front. Right now, he's basically come out to play an open map, and Mr. Yo has turned it into arena, and Vinchester's turned it into arena. There's mangonels on every woodline, and Vinch is just full turtle here. If you're going for the castle, though, I think you need a big army play into the castle. I don't know if siege alone is going to be enough here. I personally would like to see like triple stable camel to come clear this, because you have cav archers and skirms. Camels can be pretty good there. Camels to clear this up, and then you can drop a castle in the position. And that does mean you're spending food, which delays your Imperial Age, and clearly Vinchester's mind is on Imp. But yeah, Vinchester just turtle mode. 18 villager lead. Yo's not getting any of the relics with his map control. Auto Scout has scouted everything he can, so he's just retired over there. I think Yo is also not aware that Vinchester has that 3-tile gold in the back. So the 3-tile golds are in the corners, and Vinch kind of spawned near the corner. So he's thinking, as again, Vinchester lands a really nice shot. He is thinking that it's only the main golds, and that if he just holds the map control, that this gold and this gold isn't available, and then eventually Vinchester runs try. But guys, I think Vinch can make it work. I mean, he's dropping a castle now. This castle does allow him to maybe branch out to the stone and the gold. Yo will see the castle, but Vinchester has elite skirmisher now. He has 3 mangonels. His eco upgrades are just perfect. Handcart's on the way too. And Mr. Yo's map control hasn't done anything. And anytime he moves in, Vinchester can just pull away from the woodline. He sees it a mile away as well. I mean, maybe like this isn't the feudal age and the castle age we envisioned, but maybe this will be a really long imp game. Yo's town center is still here. Yo might need a market here to balance out his resources if he wants imp, but it's not as cheap for him. And Vinchester's all over the stone. Yo will see that. And Vinch also sees the outpost, but Vinch doesn't see the cav archers until it's too late. Vinch needs to back off. Finally, Mr. Yo finds some raids. But it was just 2 vills. Vinch will have skirms. Skirms have ballistics. Mr. Yo just kind of knocking on a couple houses over here. Mr. Yo will add the knights. They trade the mangonels 1 for 1. But the knights will come over, and Vinch will complete the TC, and Vinch will see the knights, and it doesn't do anything. Yep, no garrison. The knights should die. And still Mr. Yo isn't on the way to imp. Would have loved to see Yo get the relics here. I think Yo needs to accept that he can't forward castle now. Vinchester is reclaiming this land. Whether you want to deny it or not, Yo, Vinch is reclaiming it. So, place defensive castles and just plan for the super late game here. Oh my god, he's going forward. He does the opposite. He goes forward castle. Vinch is going defensive castle. I mean, this is perfect for Vinch. And Yo should know, like, if your opponent is in Byzantines and has been full boom this whole time and is dropping the castles, they might be on the way to imp. Does he cancel this at like 50%? I think there's an argument to cancel it. I'm guessing he just didn't expect it, and he's still thinking that he'll have the faster Imperial Age. Canceling a castle at 65% is pretty brutal. Yeah, now Vinch will see it, and Vinch is up. And this defensive play from Vinchester has so far worked out. Guys, Vinch has made cataphracts and is getting armor upgrades for them. When's the last time you've seen fully upgraded elite cataphract in a tournament game? If there's a time. I'm thinking through, maybe like, when was it? I think MBL did it once. But then again, I don't even know if that was a tournament game. If you have the gold, which he has the gold secured, still has the gold in the back, still has the gold over here. He's reclaiming all this territory. If you have the castles, Skirm Cataphract feels like a really nice call. Because I think the Byzantine player, or rather the Vietnamese player, would want to play Fire Lancer here. But yeah, Yo can't do anything about this. Vinchester's just had a perfect game plan. It's been greedy, but he knows how strong the Byzantines are. He's had a pretty much perfect defense here. His farm count's ridiculous. He's got 60 on food behind. And Mr. Yo's castle. Not only will this be a free Treb kill for Vinchester, but Mr. Yo's repairing it to buy time, which means it's just less stone that he has for the rest of the game. Only thing for Yo is going to be those relics. He does snipe some skirmishers over here. Vinchester's been sneaking outposts on the right side to see what Yo's up to. But still, with that castle there that protects his trebs, there's not a lot that Mr. Yo can do about it. I like for Yo that he didn't really keep that many vills on the hunt. And he doesn't really need this TC as much now. I like that Yo's getting Imp Skirm because he has the superior skirms. I still think Fire Lancer would make a lot of sense here. And obviously, Bombard Cannons would be key. But being late to chemistry is kind of brutal, and there it is. Did they make any changes to Elite Cataphract in the most recent patch? Or is this just the rare game where Vinchester says, it's time? I don't think they made changes. I think it's just, Cataphracts have been strong for years. It's just you can normally never get to them, right? Yeah, no changes. Sick. Well, so Elite Cataphract starting to be massed from 3 castles. I think it's important that he hasn't shown Yo that he's going for Elite Cataphracts. I think it's important that he's claimed all these stones. Again, look at the vision. He's got vision over the whole map. He's even sneaking over to the left side to get vision with sneaky outposts. And Logistica's in as well. Holy, dude. That is so expensive. But the Cataphracts will deal trample damage. He only has 6 of them. He's still repairing his castle here. But his castle's going to stand. Vinchester, or Yo's will go down. And pretty soon, the Cataphracts will show themselves. And there's no easy answer here for Yo. Honestly, just Monks is your best play. But yeah, good luck. Elite Cataphract is in. The numbers are coming out. The Trebs are exposed. Mr. Yo's Vills have to leave. The Bombard Cannon will die as well. I think Mr. Yo's got resources, but he didn't know what he was up against here. The Skirms will snipe the Monks. The Skirms can snipe the Cav Archers. The Trebs and the Bombard Cannons are gone. All the resources are exposed. Another bomb. Is that the same one? I think it's the same Bombard Cannon, but that goes down. And now the Trebs from Vinchester can just roll forward. And Mr. Yo is going to be completely overrun here. Look how confident Vinch is. He's actually running this way to go castle there. I don't think that's necessary. But he doesn't have the relics, right? And he doesn't have the paper money tech. So he'll know that there are some positives for Mr. Yo's situation long term. His skirms are the only thing protecting the Trebs right now, but that's pretty much all he needs. And Yo is going to go elephants! Yo clicks Chatras, and he'll go for elephants. I mean, elephants are extremely strong with Vietnamese, but you have to plan for them, and you have to have the upgrades. And I just think Mr. Yo is completely blindsided by this. He had no clue. Look at this. Cataphracts on the left side. Cataphracts in the middle. Villagers over here. They're dead, whatever. But this is a stomp. So much for Valley being an open, aggressive map. Vinchester just boomed the whole game. He defended perfectly. The aggression from Yo didn't really do a lot. And these elephants are not good enough against this many Cataphracts. If there's any worry, I think all you need to do if you're Vinchester is make monks. Let's see, though. I mean, that's 5 elephants with 1,500 HP. That's 18 cataphracts with 1,900 HP. I mean, if the rest of the things didn't happen, the elephants might have worked out, but the castle will go up, and the GG is called, and Vinchester takes game number 1. Wow. I mean, I don't really know what more to say. It was just a really boring early game, right? There's nothing special about it. He just played defensive. He probably thought Yo wanted to go scouts, and that Yo likes to transition off the scout build. And he was like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to full wall. Maybe he got a little bit lucky. He had a good map for it. Some Valley generations don't give you that, but I felt like Yo's map was really good to wall as well. And yeah, Vince just kind of, he said, try and stop me from booming. Byzantines don't have any eco bonuses. So it's not like he was Vietnamese with the cheaper and faster researching eco upgrades. He just boomed. Went to 4 TCs, skipped the relics, and had a massive army here. Well played to Vinchester. So Mr. Yo is still only at 3 wins in the group. Vinchester, I think that moves him up to 5. And we'll move into Yo's home map next. But Vinchester just had excellent control there. For me, it felt like he was never worried about the siege push. His farming eco was stellar the entire game, and then he didn't really need a lot of gold for his army, except for the cataphract. So I don't really know what you do there against if you're Mr. Yo. It just clearly wasn't the type of game he was expecting. Listen, Mr. Yo has picked blue. We're sticking with blue here. We got Mr. Yo on the blue. Now, Vinchester does like his purple. Unfortunately, purple and blue combo is really bad for people with color blindness. So we're going to keep Vinchester on red, keep the colors consistent. To everyone who wanted Mr. Yo in red, I'm very sorry. But welcome. We've got Bengalis. Hold up. We got Bengalis for Vinchester on Reverse Acropolis. Okay. Yeah, Cassius, it's okay. You probably didn't think I saw the messages. I just felt like pointing it out. Again, I'm not trying to be rude or scare you off. I know you've been around a minute, but we have seen the Bengalis fast castle attempt happen twice, maybe 3 times so far this season. I guess it depends on what league you're referring to. I remember it happening in Gold League. I'm not sure if it happened in Silver League. We definitely saw it from Viper. We also saw it from Dragonstar, and both of those players failed on this map. When you see Bengalis on an open map, though, typically you are thinking it's going to be fast castle into a defensive castle. We'll keep our eyes peeled for Vinchester. I could definitely see Vinchester doing this for the mind games. But on a map where players typically push in a lot of their deer, I think that Mr. Yo will need to do that quickly and then get the scouting forward to see what Vinchester's up to. Remember, Mr. Yo, we are now 7 games in. He only has 3 wins. And I'll pull up the standings again here. I don't know if it's fully live. See if it shows Vinchester's win. But, oh, shoot, that's the wrong group. My bad. But yeah, Mr. Yo only has 3 wins, which I'll show you in a second. So if he were to get swept here, even if he were to lose 2-1, it could mean Mr. Yo doesn't go to the playoffs. Sorry, this was the group. So, yeah, this is not great. Vince should be at 5 wins now after his first win. Mr. Yo will need some wins. Also, series coming up will be Hera and Hart. Those 2 players, at least for alphabetical reasons, are currently number 1 and number 2 in the group. But I think Georgians are one of the better civs for the map. I actually think they're top 3 for the map because there's very little wood at the bottom. And the mule carts give you the early flexibility. And I think Georgians are a good civ then to possibly apply a lot of pressure against Vinchester. But yeah, I think Vinch is trying it, guys. Because he's going 2 houses in front of the stone, which feels like he's protecting the stone. He's got 4 on wood. I mean, those houses could be there for future, and maybe he goes 4 on wood for man-at-arms or something, or a drush. We'll really find out if he goes for the early barracks. Imagine if Mr. Yo goes forward with no loom or something, because he's expecting this to be fast castle, and then a drush catches him. I think, like, the previous game, Vinchester could have some guarantees he wasn't going to take damage. He could just full wall his base. I don't think that's the case here. Also interesting that Vinchester doesn't actually know his gold is there. So I thought he did when he built that lumber camp. Not knowing that gold is there means that he might think he needs to take this gold. Which is certainly a little bit questionable. Boar will come in. Also, extra deer in the middle. So that'll be a 5th deer push from the middle. Mr. Yo is going forward after pushing in his group of 4. And Mr. Yo will click up the feudal here. No loom. He did build the barracks at a time that makes me think he will try some man-at-arms pressure here. There's no need to have the barracks at that time. Georgians are typically a scout civ, but maybe he wants to switch it up a little bit. Okay, so for the fast castle builds, you would want lots of villagers on stone. You'd actually love to take this trade against the scout right now, but just passing. You typically go 5 or 6 on stone. What is happening right now? What is Vinch doing? He's getting loom? Oh, and he's bringing his scout back and he's rewalling it. Okay, Yo knows. Yo knows. That movement right there, the scout getting rewalled back into the base, confirms to you that that's what the strategy is going to be. Vinchester's not doing that crap otherwise. Yeah, and the walls are coming up from Vinchester too. I don't know if Vinchester's build is exactly how I would typically see this. Like, typically you have way more on stone, but here come the Vills. No loom, but this is for probably exactly what Vivi tried. Maybe some forward archer ranges and some early pressure, but Mr. Yo will be walled out from the wood, will be walled out from the gold. And guys, Vinch can't even see the gold yet. That's so important. It'd be funny to me if Yo scouts the gold and then Vinchester doesn't know about it. I think it's very likely that would happen. Yo's assuming that there's a gold and a stone in there. There's the archer range. Vinchester's assuming there will be a response. Is this like... You know what would make sense for Vinch? Don't even try the fast castle now. Just play eco upgrades and just play skirmishers. Just based on the previous game. I don't even know if it's worth the risk. I think if Mr. Yo comes forward like this, you've got a pretty nice base. Again, Vinch is scouting with the sheep. I think he's confused about the gold. Okay, he finds it. But no, he's committing to it. Market, blacksmith. He knows he has gold in the back. Yo is just attacking the house. It's a tough area for Yo right now. But what you could do is you could try and pressure the market. Sometimes you convince yourself getting rid of their market means that they can't get up to the next stage. Great game sense from Vinchester there to use the sheep to double check for the gold. So at least he's aware of that. You could also see him use his scout to go to Yo's base and pick off a villager or something. Yo still doesn't have loom. So Vinch notices that. That could be 2 villager kills. Yeah, Mr. Yo's just knocking on the door, hoping his opponent doesn't make it to Castle Age. The last thing that anyone wants in Mr. Yo's position. I think Vinchester might need to tower here. Or Stonewall. I don't hate a bunch of Stonewalls. It's actually way better than house walls. The stone walls will hold a bit longer. I'll drop a house, and I'll drop a tower. Okay. Light just donated 1,000 arse on YouTube. I don't know what that translates to. But thank you for the 1,000 arse currency. If we could get some type of currency exchange information in chat. ARS. Thank you. 1,000 arse. Thank you. He says, FYI T90, gifting 50 subs in Argentina on YouTube is like $1.5. Extremely cheap, in case you wanted to change that. Cheers. Oh, wait. So that's how we had like 500 gifted subs on YouTube. Oh, it's regional pricing. Oh. Well, I'm glad you brought it up. I still appreciate the subs. And I don't know if that's within my control to change or what. But either way, appreciate the love. Tower's up there for Yo. And Vinchester did lose too much there. He only lost 1 villager. Scout for Vinch is still over here. Yo still doesn't have loom. And Yo is not in his comfort zone at all right now. Yo is panicking. Like, Yo is freaking out. He's going stonewall, but he doesn't have the stone to fully stonewall because he built the tower. He has pulled away from the front because he knows that the Ratha could eventually be here. He has not done nearly as much damage as Vivi did against Viper when Vivi tried to punish him. And he did get the tower up on stone eventually, but it's still easy enough for Vinchester to just drop a castle anyways. Guys, this can work for Vinch. Yo is a long way from Castle Age. Yo has villagers on the front. Yo's archers do nothing. Well executed from Vinchester. He made this look super easy. This is the best attempt we've seen. And a lot of it was just the patience. $1 is 1,400 Ars. Okay, thank you. Well, so, I mean, on Twitch, subs are also locally priced. I don't know the difference between how YouTube and Twitch does it, but if someone were to subscribe from Argentina on Twitch, it's also much cheaper. So it is regional. So I would feel kind of bad just like removing the potential to gift and sub and stuff like that based on a region. So I don't think I'll change too much. But yeah, I can look into the differences. Obviously, I don't stream on YouTube as much. But nah, sub's a sub, man. Support. I appreciate it. People don't have to do that. Here comes Vinch now. And the first Wrath is out. Now remember, they nerfed this. So the added armor, or the armor you have at the start of Castle Age, rather, is no longer there. It used to be, I think, 4 melee, and it used to be 2 pierce. Was it 3 pierce? I don't know. I think it was maybe... They just nerfed the pierce armor. I don't think they nerfed anything else. But the rush should be a bit weaker now. If there's a hole in Yo's wall, though, this is still a unit that has 10 base attack in melee mode and can be through very quickly. So, Yo's got to get up. Thankfully for him, he's got the mule carts and he can back up a little bit. I think the key would actually be a forward villager for Vinchester to go for his siege workshop. Yo might be looking for that. Vinchester just passing. And he really should kill those 2 archers. Maybe after he kills the 2 archers, he can bring a villager forward. But Yo's okay here. Yo's okay. The frustrating thing for Yo is that the economy for Vinchester's is actually okay. It's solid. He doesn't have many eco upgrades, but he does have a lot of ills. And they're working efficiently, and he does have a strong military unit, so... But yeah, if this was the Phosphor, if this was the player who came up with this strategy, who I've made many videos on, there would be a villager... Oh! Well, there you go. There would be a villager forward. A villager would have probably been waiting to build that siege workshop almost right away. But, I mean, that's a big deal. The fact that the siege workshop wasn't there immediately. It is also a monastery. But Bengalis have good monks. Vinchester could snag the Relic, which helps the eco, and also still drop the siege workshop. And Yo is going for all the stone. And eventually, Yo's going to run out of wood, guys. Like, you just run out of the resources at a certain point. This is the last little clump of trees that he can take before he gets ranged. What does Yo make here? This feels extremely uncomfortable. You could try monks. Usually, I'd say skirmishers, but if the opponent has siege, skirms are not going to be a good option. Yo makes it to Castle Age, and he'll drop a church. Now, they also... they also nerfed the church. Now, one of my favorite players ever, also one of the worst players to ever play against at a high level because he's so freaking aggressive, is Huang. Okay, and I have a screenshot which I'm going to use for a video on the churches. I'm pulling it up on my phone right now. This is Huang last night after playing Armenians church rushes, okay? He says... Change civil on arena, guys. Feel Armenians useless. So, I bring that up because, A, that's really funny that Huang immediately felt the difference of the balance change. And then Huang immediately stopped playing Armenians. Like, he no longer played Armenians, immediately switches to him. But I also bring that up because I don't know if churches are good against getting pushed anymore. Where is Yo going? These villagers have left his base. And that should be a dead vill, and somehow it isn't. Yeah, so you can play monks. Monks can defend from the siege, but the churches no longer have the same amount of tankiness against the siege push. They also have less range than they did before. You would have to research fletching, which Yo did, to get the range back. You still could get bodkin. So essentially, they'll have the same range as before after the blacksmith upgrades. It nerfs the early game. Vinchester's dropping a second TC. Vinchester's got a relic. Vinchester takes the blacksmith down. Guys, the game planning from Vinch has taken Yo completely out of his comfort zone. Completely. When has Mr. Yo got to do the things that he wants to do today? Never. Like, the previous game, it was just a boom fest. This game, we now have unique units and siege pushing and monk pushing. Like, and Vinch is locked in. Vinch knows that eventually Yo needs to leave this pit. And when he leaves, he's going to be ready. The scout is waiting for the wood line over here. He's got the hill in the north, and he might look down here. And Mr. Yo is got a real hill to climb, literally. And Vinchester getting horse collar now. Farming eco looks smooth. Will be 3 town centers with the town center at the top of the hill. And he's just waiting now. The second he sees Yo tries to escape, he's going to pounce. Mr. Yo probably never watched Parks and Rec, unfortunately. So I don't think I can sing Andy's little song about falling into the pit. But it feels very relevant right now, and redemption pays off. Nice. Important that Yo had Sanctity there. Vinch knew he would lose the mangonel, so he just deletes it. T90, does the lake even have shorefish? No, there's no fish here, so we remove the fish. I think this is going to come down to if Yo can get the conversions, guys. Yo's dropping his 3rd church now. He has 6 monks and there's 11 Rathas, so that would convert half the army, but the conversions would have to be perfect. Vinch doesn't even have fletching, so it's kind of difficult for him to use the ranged mode, and sometimes switching that mode can get kind of finicky, so again, Vinch is just waiting. He knows Yo will leave eventually. And now Yo will start to move forward with the monks. He wanted to play Acropolis, not Arena. There are the monks. I think Lightcav would be a good option here for Vinchester. I think maybe even just getting Devotion would be good for him. He also could get Atonement, convert the monks from Yo. Yo will see the town center. Yo might come up the hill right now to drop that castle. Oh god, there are the Ratha. They're backing up. Okay, deleted the siege workshop so Yo doesn't take it. Big moment of the game. Here comes Yo. This is for the game. Yo, how are your conversions, man? And we'll see what direction Vinchester comes from. Yo's obviously expecting it here. Vinchester can't see any of this. He's completely in the dark, so he will be surprised and he will have to engage. He's waiting for Devotion. Yo just built his market. He needs to buy and sell to get the castle right now. The Ratha are coming from the south. There's the castle. It's a good castle for Yo. And he can see the Ratha from a long way away, too. He'll lose 1 monk. I don't think Vinch can engage. Yeah, that would be really bad. The castle's already going up. He saw you from distance. He would likely convert half your army, and your town center's gone anyway, so he just runs away. Damn, I mean, nice job from Mr. Yo. Going to the monks was absolutely the right call. Now he's got the hill. Now he can start to take some of this eco. And town center down for Vinchester. But he'll just replace it with another one. I think that's fine. I think Vinch just really underestimated the amount of monks that Yo was going to make. He saw 2 or 3 and he thought that that was it. But no, Yo knows how to clown when he needs to. Yo can also get all 3 of these relics as well. Yeah, just ram down the monastery and then it's 3 free relics. Vinch is also producing villagers from these town centers, which he has to be careful of. He is getting Bodkin for the Ratha, though, and I still do think that Yo, while he had the numbers and whatnot, he has more work to do. He has to fix his eco, and you have to constantly pay attention to the monks. This is so relatable! This is so relatable! Anyone who's made more than 8 monks and is like me will understand how easy it is for that to happen. Mr. Yo is not a player who loves his monks. Mr. Yo likes his stable units. He likes his eco. And that is expensive. So now you're back to square one with military. What on earth are you supposed to make? He is sneaking over here. And he will still take down the monastery, and he can still get those relics. But yikes. And he still needs defense for this. He does have the mangonel. Vinchester sees the Mangonel. And Vinchester just wants into Yo's base. He knows that Mr. Yo doesn't have anything. He wants in there where he's sure that there's going to be a lot of eco. Also, this scout's patrolling. And Mr. Yo might be able to catch a glimpse of it. The outposts are really important here. Yo drops the university. Yo's defending. It feels like Mr. Yo wants the Imperial Age. And Vinchester's thinking the same. Vinchester will drop a town center, or sorry, a castle here in front of his town center. And Imp can be a pretty big deal here for trebuchets. I know that some chatters will be disappointed that he put the relics here, because if he loses this position, he'll lose the relics just like Vinch did. But if you lose this position, it's game over anyways. This is all about who can protect their economies and who can win the middle hill. Because they're both hard committing to the front now. They're both on the way to Imp. Monks. Another monk goes down. It's actually incredible from Yo that he knew he needed to go Imp, though. That's impressive. Because I would always be 2 minutes late to Imp, and then I'd have lost my monks. And then maybe I'd have a bigger eco, but, like, the Imp call saves you. He's dropping archer ranges. If you're wondering what's supposed to be good against the Ratha, the answer would be skirms. The issue for him was his archer range was on the front. He was in Castle Age way later, so obviously skirms wasn't really a good option for him, but now he could probably go skirms. Feels like Vinch might want to go for a little push here, like a siege workshop. Just one armored elephant and the Ratha in this position to take down this town center could be pretty big. But you might also want your Ratha in position to snipe any trebuchets here, so it's tricky. Mandalingo, all good. I'm not really sure what happened either, but no worries. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Will the average, thanks for the 6 months. Will, stop selling yourself short. One of these days, I hope you come back and your name is Will the slightly above average. All right? When are you going to believe in yourself? I think I missed the gifted subs from Luca. Thank you, Luca. 37, thanks for the new sub. Owl Scout, welcome back. But, guys, could be concerning for Yo if he falls behind in map control here. He certainly doesn't have the army. But he's done a really nice job positioning himself to defend from Ratha here. The double castle, the choke point there, with a couple monks, with the Mangonel, it's tough for Vinchester to really justify engaging. He'll go for the Mangonel. He'll take the Mangonel. But he's not denying that castle. That castle goes up. And Mysterio will have ballistics soon, too. My read on the situation is Vinch is going to dive for these trebs. He feels like if he takes the trebs, he wins the treb war, he wins the hill, he wins the game. And he probably would, because that's not the only thing that would happen. He would also take the archery ranges. He would also take the relics back. He would take the hill. So Yo needs to be walled. It's not that difficult to wall this. I think if you house wall and stone wall at least the front, the units can't get through. But easier said than done, right? He still has an eco to manage. He still has to mass the skirms here. I think a mount on stone is a really big deal, and a mount on wood. Like, I think wood is running dry for both. You do have some TC positions and some lumber camp positions that are kind of awkward. Here's more mining camps than lumber camps. Oh, yeah, sorry, I look away. I want to show the eco setup. Here come the Ratha. Yo needs to have it walled. The Ratha have the melee mode still. And the Ratha with melee mode will die, but a lot of Ratha will die. He doesn't take the trebs immediately. Okay, he gets them. And he just sends, he full sends it with his army. So his trebuchets could go for the castle. He's repairing his own castle. His castle's staying up. The skirmishers are getting flattened, guys. Remember, Ratha have built-in trample damage, which a lot of players forget about. And another treb goes down for Yo. And oh, man. The castles will stay up for Vinch. He has the villager lead after killing the villagers here. The castle is gone. The relics will be gone. And Vinchester's about to be 2-0 up over Yo. I mean, Yo's getting treadmill cranes so he can build whatever it is he's going to build faster. I guess there's that. He is still making skirms, which still should be okay against the Ratha. I guess that's a positive too, but Vinch is an insane economy. Like, he's never just been all in. No, it's been calculated. The Ratha aren't even fully upgraded yet either. His skirms are maxed out. Yo can't get skirmishers that are any stronger than this. He loses a monk. He'll lose his other monks as well. And yeah, he'll lose the Siege Workshop. Mr. Yo is building at the bottom of the hill. What game plans from Vinchester today? I don't think we'll see Vinch play like this versus anybody else in the group, by the way. When he plays Hera, no way. Maybe he will, actually. Maybe he'll play Extreme against Hera. And I'm wrong on that. But it just... I have to speak to Vinch, but to me, it feels like he knows how Mr. Yo's style is. Mr. Yo brings the same thing to the table every time. And he wanted to bring something completely different himself. Vinch is not really a fast castle, unique unit type of player. We've seen it from Viper. Never really seen it from Vinch. Over here, he finds the town center. That's what this map is all about. Denying the wood lines, denying the golds. Yo's sneaky town center gets found. Down here, the Ratha will raid as well. Vinch, you have forgotten about your trebs, though? I mean, that's a little messy. But I think the point is... Okay, don't get your treb converted now. Vinchester, delete your treb. Delete your treb. Don't give... Okay, well, actually, Yo converted the treb. Well, that moment might look really, really bad for Vinchester. It might not end up mattering because Mr. Yo still is losing so much of his economy. More Ratha can be on the way. 40 villager lead for Vinchester. He'll just end up sniping the treb that was converted. And there's more army where this came from. I think Vinchester just needs to play... either continue to do more of the same, or he can play Lycat from here, and Mr. Yo is completely cooked. He's lost 53 villagers. He'll lose 5 more over here. He is pushing up, and he will start to convert another trap. I swear, Vinchester. Okay, he deletes it. Now, this is where Vinch basically thought he won the game because he's raiding all the eco on the sides, and Mr. Yo full committed his army to stabilize the middle. But 78 vills for Yo. Like, it's just not going to be enough here. Elite Ratha's in for Vinchester. More villager kills. Snipes on the side. All the relics are going back for Vinchester, but Yo is stealing one. I mean, guys, we knew that this was a tough group. But Mr. Yo having 3 wins after 8 games is ridiculous. And who knows if he can win the next one. He taps out and Vinchester up 2-0. So, obviously huge for Vinch. Vinch has had a great season so far, and I've just been really impressed with every game he's brought to the table. Clearly has brought the unique strategies. I don't know what he'll have for his map, but that was Mr. Yo's home map as well, right? Like, this is the map that Mr. Yo... This is a civ that Mr. Yo was so good with. It just wasn't able to do anything. The walls from Vinchester were great. The economy behind the push was awesome. The timing on Imp was stellar from both, but Vinchester ended up winning the Treb push. My goodness. 2-1 KD. More of every single resource. And a 1341 castle time in a tournament on an open land map. Going into a castle. It works out again. Even though the devs nerfed it. So, I don't know what the devs are going to do about it. It certainly is more difficult to achieve at this point, but like, it wasn't about the Ratha as much as it was also having the siege and also having the position of the map. I think if you don't have that position, if it's a flat ground, it's a very different situation for Yo to expand. But you saw an early imp there too, where the trebuchets went. Vinchester just hard targeting the town centers on the sides, and then Yo didn't have any res. All right, so this is Vinch's home map. And you're kind of expecting that Vinchester's going to have the strats and going to have the skills for this one, right? Because this is the map he picked. But the fact that he went Bengalis on the previous map was probably a surprise to Yo. So I saw Spanish and I saw Bengalis, and I kind of felt like maybe Vinchester just doubled up civilizations. So he would have 2 really solid options for this map. Now, I do think Berbers are a nice option here if you're expecting Spanish, because the Camel Archer is a great option. And also you have the slightly faster villagers to move out here for the hunt. But I don't know. Mr. Yo, he's not a lazy player, but he's not a player who's really going to take the risks for lots of elephants and lots of boars, in my opinion. Maybe he'll just eventually move out here to take this one. But Vinchester bought a scout right away just in case Yo came over with a villager. And just looking for that. And, well, he might find it. If he keeps hovering around, he'll find the villager. And Yo didn't see him either. I don't know. I think Vinchester was expecting to see something by now. Yo definitely didn't notice that. So Yo doesn't know the scout is there. Okay, Yo sees it now. And Yo fights back. And the scout is also there. If Vinchester hard commits for this villager, he might regret it. Obviously, a villager kill is great, though. Oof. So here's the thing about that, right? Losing a villager this early is not good. But now you never have your scout to stop your opponent from blocking you. And you can never use their scout to block them the future times. So now, if Yo wants to make that really big trip with the extra elephants, I think he can do so later on. And Yo, he does notice he doesn't follow Vinchester into his base, which would be bad. And he'll get the first rhino. So what is it, 5% faster vills now? Yeah, it used to be faster than that, and then we had players vill rushing people, and the devs nerfed it a little bit. But that should be pretty easy for Yo to bring in. And now Vinchester should never have the opportunity to come take his own. I mean, if Yo's paying attention to this, that villager should be dead, right? I can't believe Vinchester's out here. I mean, good luck, bro. Okay, he goes for the house trick. Could be the same thing, though. I think Yo will want the villager kill. And if he gets the villager kill, then he'll be happy. And Vinchester says no. Vinchester gets the quick wall. And Vinchester needs a house as well. And he will chill. All right, and now Vinch can pull another vill and attack this scout. Oh my God, dude. Vinch, you had it, bro. You had it. Oh my goodness. The palisade was weak and he loses the vill. Okay. Well, Mr. Yo's happy with that. And there's still enough scout HP where you could potentially block here too. So maybe you get another one. Yeah. Like I said, I think Vinchester sacrificing his scout for the free vill kill has actually made life a little bit more difficult for him. But, I mean, Vinch has done a really nice job. Scout HP is actually 7 to 11 now, so it's still a lead for for Yo. Remember, you've got 2 boars in your base and the berries and the water buffalo. So you could go fast castle with 3, but I think if you're Spanish, you want more than that, because Spanish need the food for conquistadors. Oh, come on, Yo. He just goes for 1. Oh, so disappointing. Dude, Yo. Even I could get like 4 now if the opponent can't block. But that's just that Yo does not want to take any risks. This would still essentially be 4 boars. Be careful there because the gate will close. And oh my God. This has been unfortunate for both of them. Okay, now Yo will block. Now we'll try again. The villager's just slightly too fast, so the gate has time to close. Okay, there we go. Now he's fine. No big deal. All right, so I know they're both going for a castle, because if they don't go for a castle, I don't know anything about AoE 2. That's guaranteed. We don't see Berbers versus Spanish on a Stonewall map without that. But if that's the case, where does the castle go? Because, like, I really like the castle over here. If you go castle over here, you secure the stone and the gold, and you block your opponent off from that. But if they both try that, then we could end up having a weird castle war. It's certainly, I think I prefer Yo's position because he can bring in more elephants now, and he'll continue to do so. All right, does he have the confidence to do multiple now that he's scouted it? And it's easier to add economy with camel archers because the camel archers don't cost food. Okay, Yo walking past the first one. It's possible maybe Vinchester just wants to play full monks. If he knows camel archers is a counter, maybe he goes full monks. That is another option. I wouldn't like skirmisher just because Yo would immediately outmaneuver the skirms and add siege. And all right, yeah. So like I said, you could do this with 4. It's actually slightly easier with 4 because the elephants block each other. But when you have the scout and you have the Berberville speed, should never be any problem. But Yo needs this win so bad. Uh-oh. Okay, the elephant walks in. Nice. If Yo gets swept here, Yo's in danger. And then Siscon and Lucho have life. If Siscon and Lucho... I guess Lucho plays Yo, right? So if Lucho wins the series against Yo, Yo is in the relegation zone. In live standings, we have 3 wins for Yo, and we have 2 wins for Siscon and Lucho. So, again, it's like every season, there's always a conversation of which big player could potentially be relegated. The villagers are on stone. Yo still even has his boar here. I mean, Yo is so rich. He's going to be stretching his stomach with all the food that he's eating right now. And nothing on stone for Vinch. He might still go to stone. He might just decide to place the villagers on stone later. Did I just have a mod delete a message from another mod? Did I just see that in Twitch chat? I didn't know that was possible. Is that because Dux has the head mod role? He asked for it? Wait, what happened? What'd he say? What do you mean he asked for it? He asked for it as in he was an idiot and he should have known better? Or he asked for it and he actually asked for it? I don't know. We might have to go to the mod chat after this and figure this out. Okay, viewers, what do you think? Because clearly we have a rivalry. 1v1 AoE 2, best of 7, Titans League settings. Winner gets to stay a mod. Loser gets banned for a year. Thoughts? Would you watch that? Is that more or less exciting than Vinchester vs. Yo right now? Yeah. Okay. See, you think it's funny to respond to that, but these people have the power to ban you all. You guys are so stupid. Why would you say that? I guess if you're stupid in numbers, that's fine. Because if there's that many of you guys, we can't ban you all, so... I'm kidding. We would never do that. I guess Detour, I guess they were testing? I don't know, because there's this lead mod role, and I guess it was a test on if it was possible. So scouts are still out there. Still nothing on stone here for Vinchester. See, I think Yo will expect Conquistadors, and Yo will play defensive castle so he can make Camel Archers safely. But if he knew that Vinch wasn't going for a castle, he should definitely go forward castle on his walls. So it's a bit of mind games here. Let's see where this castle goes. It's just town center for Vinchester. He goes for a monastery. He might make a missionary to pick up some relics. And now Yo is placing a defensive castle. Oh, man. The mind games from Vinch. Guys, this whole game is so different if Mr. Yo places a castle on these walls. But, yeah, he's expecting Conquistadors like everyone else is expecting. And he believes in the Camel Archer, so he'll wait it out. But he's looking right now. He's like, wait a second. Where is your castle, bro? Might have expected it here. Might have expected it on the front of his base where his gold is, so he wants to protect it. He's looking. He won't see anything. Vinchester is also doing a couple really cute things. So he full house walled the back. This isn't stonewalled, which could be a problem, but still, that's nice. And he's going to heal his scout before he moves out with the missionary. Just enough that he can go kill Yo's scout. That's all he wants. And then here we go, guys. New meta. Missionaries can pick up relics now. There he goes. He is jacked. He is on a donkey, and he is ready to pick up some relics right now. I don't know what happens with the book there and the staff when they're picking up the relic, though. Where do they put it? Donkey doesn't seem too happy about it. Again, he's looking. He healed up just enough to go take a peek and try and kill Yo's scout. And now Yo is... I mean, Yo's dropping the town center, but he's heading the town center a bit later. Oh, wait. Hold on. Back. Let's inspect. Picks it up. Bro, where's the book go? Where's the book? I'm not seeing the book anymore. Is it still between his arms, or does he store it somewhere? It's magic. And I don't know where his staff is either. Or... Between his butt cheeks? It's not between his butt cheeks. I've zoomed in. There's no... Well, there is a butt cheek there. It's a donkey butt. I can't really tell where it went. Anyways, he's got the relic now. I regret zooming in as far as I did. Just in case someone just showed up to the stream, they saw a little bit too much donkey. A little too much ass. Well, okay. Vinchester's got one relic. He seems to know the map pretty well. He's getting the relic from the north. His scout is hoping to get away. Oh, man. Vinchester's playing so well. Here he goes. Here we got the front view of a donkey bringing in a relic. And there's the side view. Yeah, I have no clue where he put his items. Also, I didn't realize there's something at the bottom of the relic. You see that? Is that there for when monks pick up relics too? Here comes the donkey again. So we've got 2 relics already. Camel archers are out, which obviously Vinchester expected. That's why he didn't play conquistadors. But yeah, the donkey's proving to be kind of tough for Yo to keep up with right now. Uh-oh. Here goes another one. Yo's checking the relics. Be silent. Be silent, my friend. Be silent. Be still. And be found. Well, that's rather painful. But, I mean, still, Vinchester's doing a pretty damn good job. He got 2 relics already. I do wonder if Yo will ever push him. It feels like Yo is fairly content with this. Yo is just going to deny the relics now. That is ambitious. Cue the Mission Impossible music. He's going for the far relic instead of this one. He knows about the other one. But yeah, like Mr. Yo's probably like, whatever. I have the hill and I have Camel Archer. Come and beat me, bro. And I'm inclined to say that it's not going to be very easy for Vinchester to do that. But this completely changes the game with Spanish. The fact that you can use missionaries like this. And actually, they can still convert. And Mr. Yo is going to lose 2 Camel Archers to the conversions. And the donkeys might actually be able to get away as well. Damn, that'd be amazing if he could save them. Run! Okay, he loses it. Over here, though, Vinchester got another conversion. So Vinchester now has 3 Camel Archers that he didn't have to pay for. And they have fletching, at least. And here he comes. This guy, very quickly, able to end up getting relic number 3. So you know what this is? This feels like fast Imperial Age castle drop for Vinchester. He isn't on 3 TCs. He's just on 2. Another game with excellent eco. I think if he plays fast imp, he could maybe ignore this ignore the sides. But like, also, if you find out about this town center, you could come build a castle over here and go imp, which would be very strong. I think that's the better play. I think there's plenty of reasons to justify going up to imp for trebs on this castle, though, because there's also a lot of eco here for Yo. 3 relics for Vinch. Maybe about to be 4. And man, they're so fast. They're so fast. Remember, they benefit from Fervor, and they benefit from Sanctity, and they benefit from the stable upgrades, and Vinch saves them again, and he's getting relic number 4. Are missionaries overpowered now? They had all the other bonuses. None of these changes, the Fervor and Sanctity applying to them and stable upgrades, none of those changes made them be prevalent right now. What changed was being able to pick up relics with them. There were many players who thought that the change was too much because that the missionaries were already really strong and underrated. I'm impressed with how Vinchester's played. I don't know if that leads to a win, though. Camel Archers refuse to go back to the Berbers, and another one even joins the side. He's got 4 Camel Archers now. My God, Yo is getting devotion because he's so sick of losing his Camel Archers. Brego says, remember when you asked for this change for years? Yeah, I did, but that was prior to the other bonuses affecting the missionaries, right? Oh my God. Bro, how confident is Vinch right now that he decided to do that? What? Huh? Bro, if you delete your castle now, your opponent's into the base. And now we have a castle from Yo. Game could be decided here. We have skirms. We have missionaries. We have a gate open. I think Vinch might have overcooked it. Oh my god. I mean, he still needs to complete his own castle. He had the right idea. With a couple skirms, it would have been fine, but his opponent is into his base. No, Vinch. And like, not Yo Vinch. It's also like, yes for Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo needs to win. All right, well, I mean, Vinch can still place a defensive castle. Remember, the clock is kind of ticking for the gold and the stone on the outside. I know he has the 5 relics. Yo is on double castle, and he can see the castle going up from Vinchester. He will snipe the villager on the outside. He's got a good economy. But once Vinchester has trebuchets, this castle will start to fall very quickly. And Yo is nowhere near imp. I think the problem for Yo is going to be... Well, actually, no. I was going to say the problem for Yo is he can't go to kill the trebs. He can run into his opponent's base now. Like, Yo is essentially just waiting until Vinch needs these res. Vinch might not need the res. Not for a while. He's still got 1,600 gold in his base. And then he's moving out to this gold. I wonder if Yo will go check that right now. I feel like Yo will send a couple units. Those 5 relics are going to end up meaning so much for Vinchester. But you need a town center. If you're out here, you have to have a town center. Yo is too good. Or you could have the skirms there. The skirms are also nice. Skirms will have enough upgrades to probably be fine against the camel archers. Ballistics is already in. Vinchester's paying attention to that. Yo is also over here, which he can't exactly do too much with. But yeah, Vinch has spotted it. Vinch will kill off the camel archers. And Yo's castle will go down. But Yo still has the eco lead. Again, maybe just build a town center there just in case. But Mr. Yo's camel archers have done nothing this game. They've done very little compared to what they would normally do. And Vinchester will bring skirms with some support of the missionaries. And the missionaries will now have 10 range because of block printing. So the base range of the missionary is 7. Unlike a monk, which is 9. And then they benefit from stable upgrades. They benefit from the monastery upgrades as well. So yeah, there was a time, someone in chat trying to call me out. Yeah, there was a time I really liked the idea of missionaries picking up relics. I think I still like it. It's just a very nice move. It's really cool. But yeah, of course, they added a bonus, like, I don't know, 2 years ago to buff the missionaries, and it didn't really change anything. Those bonuses still remain, and now we've got missionaries with the ability to pick up relics. But guys, Yo knows he will never make it to imp. Yo knows he needs to go full army against this. He is going light cav with armor, some knights, and the camel archers. He has to fight now because here comes Vinch with the castle. Vinch is even going deeper. The conversions, though, they might not be enough. And I think Yo can still do this. Yo will dive. He goes for the missionaries. He'll snipe some. Will the castle go up? It's actually the biggest deal. If the castle completes, Yo has no way to clear it. It's Spanish builders. They build faster. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so close. I thought Yo would take a much better fight there. It's so close. It's a 93%. There's one villager left. It's denied. It's denied. It's denied for now. And what's Vinch going to do, right? Like, Vinch is going to need units that can kill light cav. And it's not going to be... It's not going to be missionaries, and it's not going to be skirms. And Yo is Berbers, and he can continually spam cav all day. He's got a 40 villager lead. Actually, cav archers would make sense. You already have the ranged upgrades. Maybe cav archers. Again, castle completes. It's game over. Yo has to wall it up. Yo has to wall this castle up. At least wall in front of it, so the units path around. I'm also okay with rams to just take it down. But you cannot let this castle complete, man. Oh, man. Hand cannons are on the way from Vinchester, but he just doesn't have enough. Mr. Yo will kill the missionaries again. Vinchester, he's overcooked. He had the strat. He's overcooked, and Mr. Yo is firing now. The light cav will dive again. You could toss away light cav here all day. No problem for the Berbers. The Trebs are going the wrong direction for Vinchester. He's out of gold in his base now, I think, too. He's only got 500 gold remaining. Castle still 94%. That's a couple hammer hits away. I swear, though, if it doesn't get walled and it completes, I will scream. You just can never let these castles stand here like this, guys. You need to always have it walled. He does have the ram. It might not matter. Vinch with the plays. He drops the gate. He drops the gate. He blocks off the light cap. And now he can complete the castle. What a play. Castle goes up. He can hop out of the castle and attack the ram with his vills. I mean, the castle having ballistics is a pretty big deal. That's still so much army from Yo. Yo is focusing down the hand cannons with the camel archers. The rams are still here. The trebs are coming, though. And the trebs could go for the town center. I don't know, guys. It feels like while Mr. Yo could have maybe prevented the castle from completing, he's going to ram it down. The castle might not be a factor after all. And Mr. Yo, all in Castle Age, can do it. He can finally get a win in this series. Despite all the cool plays from Vinchester, he just is running out of resources right now. I mean, you don't wall the castle. You end up pretty much taking down the castle anyways. It's a full waste of stone for Vinchester. Vinchester sacrificed more villagers there. Yo will say that that was never a problem. And now Mr. Yo's made enough army. And he'll click up to Imp. He'll have the hill. The only thing he doesn't have the relics, but he's got all the stone and gold. 30 villager lead. It's going to take Vinchester's just so much time. Just so much time to mass an army. But maybe he's got enough. I reckon now, like, maybe full hand cannons is enough if he gets to 20 or 30 of them. What a game. Great job from Yo to get light cav. I think for Vinch, everything he wanted in this game was to hit slightly faster, right? Remember the castle situation where he deleted the hole? He's since rewalled it, but like that timing he thought would be a bit faster here, and Mr. Yo was equal to it. And then also I think there, probably in his training and in his discussions, if that hit before the light cav came in, he could have conquistadors with his skirmishers. The trebuchets would have taken the hill, and then the whole game would change. He fights back with the villagers here to take down the rams. He'll lose a lot of villagers. And he also loses the town center, which doesn't help. It just feels like a state of the game where Yo's fine with that. When you have a 40 villager lead and you have the golden stone, you're completely fine with that. And Mr. Yo can still find some kills over on this side as well. It's not like Vinchester doesn't have anything over there. This is what Mr. Yo wanted. For the first time today, he gets a game where he can just spam army, spam vills, and adapt, right? And it felt like up until halfway through game number 3, Yo was never able to play his style. Even the unique units against the missionaries, it looked so annoying for him. But finally, he's on stable units. Yeah, these vills will be sniped. I think the only way Vinchester goes for the kill now is with one big push into the heart of Yo's eco. Mr. Yo makes it to Imp. Vinchester quick walling real quick. Vinchester's doing the right things. He will build up to 4 trebs. Wait for that number before moving out. He'll full protect it. He's not actually full walled anymore because the ram is there. So if he doesn't re-wall this army can get through. And I don't know how you do when there's camel archers. But yeah, he does have his trebs ready and he has his hand cannons protected. The hand cannons also have the upgrades he needs. Skirms will come home to deal with this. Vinchester's still not leaving the trebs, which is the right play. It's all about the trebuchets right now, and Mr. Yo just getting his upgrades. Supremacy's not the cheapest upgrade ever, guys. For someone with this economy, but I guess maybe you'd want it. I don't know if that upgrade feels natural for Vinchester. You're keeping vills alive. You'd want to use it offensively, if anything. You need to come back in this game. You're getting raided. Mr. Yo is in with more cav against the skirms. And Mr. Yo is just building up time behind this so he can eventually come deal with the trebs. It's perfect from Yo. It's exactly what you want to see. Spam the cav against the skirms and wait for the death ball. Don't force it if you already have the lead. And relics don't win you this game. The hill wins you the game with all the stone and golds. Other maps, relics can win the game. But this map is... I mean, even still, there's still 20k gold left. and 10k stone. And yeah, here we go. Mr. Yo will dive in. He'll dive. And I think with this, he could clear it. I thought he would go for the Trebs. But pretty clearly, if he builds a castle that much further back, I think he thinks he's going to win the fight. Still got some damage over here. Still has the Hussar in the back. The Hussar that's killed 8 Vills. I'm not sure why Yo didn't just snipe the Trebs there, to be honest. I feel like you snipe the Trebs and this castle isn't immediately under pressure. But I think he can just maybe do it this time with fully upgraded Hussar. When you have a 70 villager lead, you can afford to throw away a couple armies. Probably don't want to throw away a castle. But yeah, let's see how he takes it. Elite Camel Archers in. He's microing so the Camel Archers can survive, and the Hussars will take this down. I mean, Vinch is kind of owning the fight. And he's taking the castle. But now Yo goes for the Trebs. Yeah, that's what Yo should have done first thing. You take the Trebs, Vinchester can never get the Trebuchets back. I mean, maybe there's a chance. Vinch will try and re-wall this. Again, he has no gold income, except for the 5 relics. I think Yo just needs to take the Trebs first this time. You will lose units, but at least you have time because your castle's up. Round 3. Micro from Yo. Skirmishers will go down this time. And yeah, now you can just take the trebuchets. And Mr. Yo is still repairing, still keeping the castle up somehow, and he wins the game. What a fun game. That was an important victory for Yo. You have no idea how important that was. And like, from Vinch's perspective as well, losing that might feel a little bit rough. It felt to me like he was exactly where he wanted to be. But the light cap switch from Yo and the recognition to stay in Castle Age was huge. A lot of players try and go Imperial Age there. If you go Imp, you don't have light cap, you die to the missionaries and the skirmishers, you get castled, you get Trebs, and that game is over. So still kind of uncertain what's going to happen in this group, right? Everyone's calling it the group of death. I'll pull up the results in a second, but yeah, finally, 2.5 games into the series, Mr. Yo gets to play stable units again. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like where the game started to look a little bit weird for Vinch, it felt like he was in full control up until this moment. In this situation, if he just doesn't delete his own walls, and he happens to start placing his castle a little later, I guess, because he never expects Yo to be there. He could just place a defensive castle and then have free Trebs. I also think when he moves out this direction, he probably needs to have recognition to place a safe castle. I'm kind of curious because he has an outpost there, or he had an outpost there and he could see the stable. So I wonder if he could have made a play and just dropped the castle a bit safer on this side. Just looking back. You can imagine if Vinchester, because the Vil count's kind of close, if he knows what's coming, which, you know, he could have some suspicions. You drop your castle here. It gives you stone and gold. You take your time with it. Maybe then you can win the game. But the fact that the castle got fully denied was the difference maker there. Even if the castle completed, if you bring 5 more villagers, with 5 more villagers, maybe it changes the game. It was really close. Whew. All right. Well, let's pull up what the odds say. Obviously, the odds don't factor in the strength of the players here. Mr. Yo is typically a pretty slow starter in tournaments. That's why he's struggled to get good positions in TTL, because he doesn't get the wins early at times. So that was my worry for him. I thought if he got swept here, he could potentially be surpassed by Sizcon and by Lucho. It still could happen with Vinchester winning 2-1. Vinchester gets the 2-1 result. That puts Vinchester in safe top 4 conversation. Anything could technically happen for any of these players, but Vinchester's at 6 wins, which currently ties himself with Hera. Hera and Hart will play later on today, so I guess we have to see there. I guess Vinchester, maybe he's hoping for like a 2-1 for Hart, which would put Hera at 7 and then Hart at 6. Vinchester then will end up playing Hera later on. I don't know what you hope for if you're Vinch. Yeah, if you're Yo, you have to play Hart and you have to play Lucho. And Hart, I think it's at least 50-50. I think Hart's that good. No guarantee for wins there for Yo. Lucho, I'd say 60-40 or maybe 70-30 for Yo, but I think Lucho's style is actually pretty good against Yo, especially if the pressure's off. If Lucho's already relegated at that point, then, you know, we'll see.